Will we have all the staffers attend?
Morning, guys. Okay, great.
You know, we've been doing this across the country. There's been protests all over, so we want to make sure that, you know, he knows that it's very important that, you know, he considers pardoning Bradley Manning. He's been in jail for over 800 days now without a trial. This is like a big concern for a lot of peace activists, a lot of civil liberties people. So.
No, absolutely. I will definitely pass this on to our headquarters here in St. Paul, and then we'll pass that on to you know, the higher levels for sure, and you know, definitely appreciate what you guys are doing, and it's a part of the process.
We need a transparent society if we're going to save this planet.
Yeah, transparency.
And we're not going to save the planet the way we're going.
Yeah.
These wars, these lies, our country's turning into a new mafia, and that's not right.
Yeah.
We're going around the world trying to overtake places and make more access for our corporations to their resources and killing people in the process. This is not right.
And with regard to the war crimes, in today's New York Times and Washington Post, Human Rights Watch has found many more incidences of waterboarding than the CIA admitted. Because there's been no transparency and no whistleblower. So, but it's come out because it's in Libya and they've interviewed people, etc. So there's actually a call for new investigations because it's all been covered up at this point. And Eric Holder declined prosecution of all, even murders that were committed by U.S. troops. So here's the problem. They're prosecuting the whistleblowers about torture. There's a CIA guy who did get, who told the press about issues of torture. His name was Kiriako. He's being prosecuted, but none of the people who committed the torture are being prosecuted.
Or encouraged or ordered it.
It's incredible. Can you imagine what every country in the world thinks when you have committed egregious atrocities, and now you're prosecuting the people who tell about it as opposed to the people who did it?
And actually, in all honesty and in transparency, the administration has done more actually targeting whistleblowers has been the Obama administration. There's been no other administration in this United States history that's actually targeted whistleblowers rather than the people doing the crimes than the Obama administration. So if we're going to talk about honesty and transparency, and another question I have is that, in all honesty and transparency, is that why has the Obama administration taken more money from Goldman Sachs than any other candidate for president ever in this United States history, while the Romney administration takes more money from Bain Mutual? Because that's the reality of the so-called democracy we're living in right now. It's a corporate democracy, corporate bought and sold and packaged. And that's the reality that we recognize.
And Wall Street
Based on
people
the fact.
Occupy Wall Street recognized it too.
Yes.
That's what that movement was about, and you would think that people who are in middle positions of authority or up at the top would have the vision and the foresight to understand that we've got some problems. Let's talk to the people who are concerned about making a new social engagement. That's what Occupy was about. Instead, under Obama, he allowed people to be smashed.
Actually, the Obama administration targeted the Occupy movement with acts.
And,
with acts.
You know, with Bradley Manning, he was tortured, held in solitary confinement, stripped, naked.
Still being tortured.
The psychiatrist at the prison said he's not suicidal. There was more than one psychiatrist saying this. They have now found out it was a three-star general that gave the order for this torture. So his attorney has made a motion, because if under the law, if you are the victim of governmental torture, now you could basically say that, you know, I'm not to be prosecuted. So it's basically, they call it shock the conscience. So when the government commits a civil rights abuse that so shocks the conscience, then the remedy could be that he could be released. So Obama has what I'm saying here is that he has a perfect legal rationale now not to follow through on this very harsh court-martial prosecution, which they're asking for life. And then actually there is even the possibility of execution. So there's a perfectly good reason, because this has all been now very much revealed that he was the victim of terrible torture.
Yeah.
The UN guy, the UN reporter called it torture, etc. He was forced to stand naked. I mean, all these things.
Many days,
He got
too.
no
Every
mattress.
morning.
And they called it suicide watch, but the psychiatrists were saying he wasn't suicidal. So anyways, it's probably a lot of it's in
Is
the
it?
letter.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I haven't been able to read it.
And by the way, we should mention that this young lady here is a actually world-famous whistleblower, Colleen Raleigh, who was actually the whistleblower for the Minnesota FBI around the situation here after 9/11. Zacharias Moussaoui.
Oh, wow.
That's who that is. She's a world-famous whistleblower, now calling on the administration, on the Obama administration, to stop targeting whistleblowers.
Okay.
Ran for Congress
Yeah.
in 06 against John Klein.
Yes.
Underneath the Democrat.
This is not
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Someone's got some creds with her.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, you know, like I said, I appreciate this. I'm definitely gonna take a look at this. I'll pass it on. You know,
And Daniel Ellsberg,
is good.
who released the Pentagon Papers, which helped to end the Vietnam War, has come out and stood on behalf of Bradley Manning and said that Bradley Manning is the Daniel Ellsberg of this era. He should be released. He should be honored. He did good.
And if the Democratic Party as an institution wants to continue gaining the reputation of being deeply involved in wars and war crimes, continue targeting the whistleblowers. Peace out. I'm done.
Thank you for accepting our communication.
Hey, no problem, guys.
Thanks,
I know
We'll pass it
in
on.
California, they arrested the people for coming into the Obama office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would too out in Oakland.